All right, guys, how's it going? Let's see. Feel extremely rusty. I don't know. I felt like I streamed last week, right? But I don't know. I feel out of it today, so might take a while to warm up. Also, I'm on my farm. If you guys have like we'll probably take a look at some KVKs too, right? I don't know how that 1606 one's going. I mean, I see stuff in Discord. I'll catch a stream for a little bit, but I actually haven't really been following too many KVKs and how things are going. So if you guys have something that's actually good, like suggest it, we'll check it out. Or else we just kind of hang out, chat. There's a lot of new changes. Like from alliances not having to supply credits for passports anymore, which is a very very good thing. I think like allowing people to have the freedom to migrate without making it too accessible, right? Like, but making it essentially free is a very good change. Lilith has done a few things recently that that kind of almost is like a break from like I guess the joke or what we think they've been doing. Like one is like allowing people to get weekly passports essentially kills a lot of the income they're going to make from new worlds, right? For passports, but it makes the game better. So it's great to see. Or anything else you guys want to chat about? Have a question about? I guess the next commander we're expecting to see is going to be Philip, right? Or is it going to be the engineering commanders? I don't even know. There's a lot of freaking commanders announced. I do have some thoughts, like strategies for how to go about this commander swap, right? Like if you're a newer player and you're any kind of spender, like at this point, I do think it makes sense to go into YSG and Alex. We don't know the exact costs, but let's just assume that it costs somewhere around like 50, let's just say 50,000 gems to do a commander swap, right? Well, if you max a wheel, that's like what 72,000, something like that. It actually makes sense in KVK1 to go into YSG, get the be able to have fun using him, and also be able to use him in KVK2, and then like potentially use him to swap out or actually keep him, right? Like it actually all starts making sense to invest in early game commanders now. Now, from I think from what I read, if you're in the early game now, you'll get two shots at this commander swap, right? Then like the obvious choice is Alex and YSG, right? And then you could potentially swap them out in the future. I assume if you're starting the game now, or you're a newer player now, by the time you get to KVK 3 and 4, I mean, and I love Lucia Alex, but I would assume there's like a replacement for Alex to pair with Lucia by then, right? So then you could have Alex, you have YSG KVK1, Alex KVK2, and do Alex YSG and KVK2, and then KVK3. I mean, you could literally like get Lucia, swap Alex for whoever you're gonna pair with Lucia, and then like swap YSG for someone else. Like it actually changes a lot of the early game strategy we've been talking about, where you just hoard gold heads, right? Like big spenders feel like they kind of wasted their money because they'll max the wheel and get these commanders. Like it actually it's very very smart. One of the more and it shouldn't should it be free? Make it cost some gems, right? But like make it where if you're a low spend or free to play, it's accessible too, and it doesn't make the gap bigger. It it's like I think balance in the game is like an art, right? Like making it where okay, how do you make it where the people that are spending money at least feel like they're, and it's subjective, they're getting their values worth spending the money, right? So they're still willing to spend the money, but they're not getting such a big advantage over people that are spending less or none at all, that the people that are spending less or none at all still feel like it's fun and they could do other stuff to be competitive, right? Like finding that balance. And that's beyond my pay grade, right? Because that gets into like, I don't know, if it's like focus groups, some psychological stuff where they can start evaluating like percentage point increase, like stuff like that. But if you do a really good job of that, um, like the game could thrive for a very very long time, right? So I actually feel like this commander swap is a really good step in that direction. The passport is a very good step in that direction. Even some of the stuff they're doing with commanders now, like one of the side effects or something that I don't think people have been talking too much about is when you actually have a generation, who knows, maybe even two, where you're not putting a huge power creep, right? So there's commanders and one might be slightly better than the other, but it doesn't make the other obsolete. It also makes it a lot easier for free to play low spend to kind of catch up and be competitive, right? And that's actually very, very healthy. So I know people will complain, oh, well, like we have trash commanders for a whole generation. Yeah, but like think about where they make a lot of their money, which is actually the early game. And also, seems like every other content creator and their mother wants to talk about how the game's dying, right? And then who are the people that are actually excited about the game? It's newer content creators, the younger players, or the newer players, right? Like they're making it very easy to bridge over, and it's still very, very interesting, right? Because like now when you have like this range of commanders, I mean, you could easily come up with something that, for example, scales well or synergizes well with true damage, or you could do something that that like you could use Philip in so many different ways. You could go back and like make William Wallace, like, because right now William Wallace, like, you don't pair him with Luce, he's done, right? But like you could eventually go back and you like William Wallace could be kind of almost like revived again, because like he does have like a very interesting kit, like you can do something with. So I think the game's actually in a pretty healthy place. Lilith doesn't pay me to say that. I'm very just blunt with what I see, and I actually think they're actually set up pretty well right now. I have no idea what the hell's going on with Age of Empire. like there was literally maybe like a week of hype, and then it's gone, right? And like even Call of Dragons, I feel like had more hype than that. So I think it's in a pretty good place. Well, let's take a look at the chat. The Trinity already interacted with you. Baby Oil, Kill Day. Oh, 1606 is already over. Damn. Pluxy, what's up? How's it going? King MOBA. Am I king? Technically, I guess, but like honestly, like there's some really good, responsible people that are doing a lot more of the day-to-day stuff than I am now. I do kind of help manage the shells, but it's like actually a really good group effort. I will say there's like 5 or 6 of us. Panthers, thanks for the donation, dude. Keep, what's up? They should just make it free. I mean, I wouldn't mind them making it free too. Like, especially for the newer players transitioning to the from early game to late game, right? If they wanted to make those like those two free, it's fine. And then for the players that are already in mid late game, make it cost like X amount of gems, right? They're gonna complain, but I can see that. But Pak, where am I from? Well, originally I was born in Taiwan, but I've been living in the States for a while. They're limiting the amount of times a account can encounter that event to 1. I think it's 1 for people that are already like past KVK 3, right? There's going to be a one-time event, but they did talk about making it like a 2-time thing for younger players transitioning to the end game. So I think that's what's going on. But one of the reasons why I didn't actually make a video about it was just because there's still a couple unknown parts, right? And like it could be like a little thing here or there, and it would actually change the strategy a little bit. So that was something I plan on making, like literally a commander swap strategy for if you're in the early game, if you're mid or late game, right? Like these are the commanders you want to swap from this one to this one. These are the ones you want to avoid, and then obviously for as future commanders come out, right, there's some like general rules you can follow, right? Like there's some commanders it's going to be worth it to swap into. Some you literally just don't take the bait because it's going to be a very short-term investment that won't actually be a good investment for you, right? So I think it'll be a fun video to make, but I need all the details, and right now we don't, right? And honestly, like a huge part of it would be how many gems it costs, right? Like if it's like 20,000 gems, it would be a very different conversation than like if you do 2. The first one's like 50,000, the second one's like 75,000 or something. I used to have a full head of hair, but then I started making farms. I know, man. They're gonna release it, then hours of downtime. I don't know. I actually haven't hit a downtime yet for. I actually haven't hit a downtime yet for. Like, I feel like all the updates have been like at like 3 a.m. for me when I've been sleeping. So who knows? So tell you why 3092 and not Iron's Kingdom. So Iron is I think actually it was in Water Camp, right? So here's why you don't want to go to Iron's Kingdom. I don't even know which one it is. Well, they're not even in here anymore, but they're one of the Water Camp. They're they, you know, I'll give them credit. At least like they're one of the Water Camp kingdoms that actually showed up and tried to fight us. But you don't want to go to Iron's Kingdom because even before we started fighting, he was trying to hit us up to offer actual money to buy Altarks off of us. You know, you don't want that kind of loser mentality, right? If I found out my representative or king was actually already trying to negotiate purchasing Altarks before the fighting even started, and I really didn't know how it was gonna go, right? Like we're a brand new kingdom, we had like 40 to 50 people. Like we had the highest KP, but like with that small of an amount of people, like your downtime and stuff, it's a huge swing. It's like we don't know. Like fight it out, you know? Wait, what am I doing? What's up, once? Room Deer, what's up? Oh, 2124 is Iron. Oh god. I don't think I meant to say the name of the kingdom, but yeah. Let's see. Put an egg inside an egg. Oh, $50 per. Oh, yeah, I was trying to offer $50 per Autark. Actually, we'll do a poll. Do you think $50 $50 per Autark is a, we'll use a good, is a fair price? All right, we'll start a poll. I don't know, actually. 50 bucks for an Autark? I have thoughts, but I want to. I'll let the poll run and I'll say it. I don't want to influence the poll. But yeah, he was trying to pay 50 bucks for Autark per Autark. This KVK was. I don't think it's necessarily like I think as a kingdom we probably to a degree needed it, but I never want to experience opponents that are scared of you the whole time again. It's terrible. I actually rather be just completely just disrespected and people wanting to, you know, like when they're just terrified of you. And like the whole strategy is to just try to like isolate you or like build some flags, like back flag it and then go fight your your campmates and stuff. It's wild, dude. You think our failed fort drop? See, listen, we learned from that, right? We failed the first fort drop, and then we did another one, and then we pulled it off, and then we essentially ended the KVK there. Fort drops are very disrespectful. I feel like if it's even close, like if it's even semi-close, like competition-wise, you should never let someone else be able to pull a fort drop off on you. It's like the most emasculating thing in Rock. Once you think $100 per Autark, 50 is too cheap. $50 isn't even Mountain Warfare money. Man, you guys are just talking about this like $50 is nothing, which, you know, with inflation, I guess it's not. Kill Day, pretty cheap for what it's worth. Do we see what happened in South Korea? I don't know if I'll get like demonetized for it, but apparently like South Korea's like prime minister or whatever declared like martial law because there's like an opposition party and then like everyone just staying inside like they're on curfew. It's crazy. Someone maybe could say more about that. I just saw something real quick. What seed will we be for next KBK? The goal is to be a mid AC. So yeah, our migration is open. Oh, you know what? I actually never remember to say this. If you guys are on the stream, please help me out. Like the video. I think it's supposed to help. But yeah, I never remember to say it. If you could like and subscribe if you haven't yet, that'll be awesome. You know, please. Yeah, but mid AC, right? The migration Discord link is in the thumbnail and on the screen right there. For everyone that submits, we'll ask you to open a ticket for you. We answer some questions. If it looks pretty good, then we do a voice interview to you know, it's just kind of like get a feel, you know, interact with you in person and see if it's a good fit from both sides. And then, you know, hopefully you can join us for the next KBK. We are planning on doing first pop, right? So migration opens 12/9. Like I think it closes like 2 weeks later or something like that. Yeah, fort drop is fun though. I do like fort drops. Oh, the president, prime minister. All right. So this fort drop, let me tell you, okay. So the camp that we fort dropped on was the weaker camp, and the fire camp was their stronger allies. They should have brought a fort in as soon as that pass opened and supported their allies. Like it was just terrible strategy. I don't know how you, I don't know in what world like you think you can not go like drop a fort, help your allies, and then like want to win the KVK. I don't know. It's like it was pretty elementary, you know. $50, you can't even get a full meal at Applebee's. I feel like pretty soon, $50 is like a meal at like McDonald's or something. It's crazy how much fast food costs now. South Korea, you don't know anything about this martial law stuff, but South Korea's got some baddies. Oh my god. There's not enough Kingdom Strategy vids and too many tier lists. Hey, you know why there's too many tier lists, right? Because that's actually what gets the most views, and whatever gets the most views makes you the most money. You know, like I'm trust me, I get it. Like I have to resist the urge to just go make the videos that will get the most views. The videos that will get the most views is not actually a lot of the videos I like to make. It's commander tier list, armament tier list, pairing tier list, and then going into the best 5 archer marches, the best 5 infantry marches, even though it makes no sense for people to use at most three marches. Like definitely not more than that, right? But like those things, I don't know, man. Moth to a flame. Like younger players, especially, they love that. If I wanted to go make like an early game commander pairing tier list, talking about how you could use Constantine, right? Like I'm literally leading people astray, right? Because yeah, Constantine is viable in KBK2. You can probably do some stuff with them, right? But if I somehow led people into investing them in KBK2, I know like I'm actually sending their account back. So yeah, but it's way easier to do the tier list videos, and you get way more views. That's why you see a lot more of those. All right, let's take a look at this poll. $50 per autarch. Wow, 57% think it's a fair price. I mean, I guess it's like relative, right? Because like spending, honestly, this game has messed up your concept of like what's normal for gaming, right? I think like if you guys have, any of you guys ever been to Vegas, you kind of experienced that to a degree. The ways they kind of like get you to spend money in Vegas, I mean, not even doing the shady stuff, is crazy. And then like by the time you're done, it's like you're like $5, whatever $5 means to you here, it almost like doesn't have the same value in Vegas, right? And this game does the same thing, right? Because it used to be for most of my life, right? You buy a game, right? I either buy a PC game, I buy a freaking console, and then I buy a game, right? I buy a controller, whatever, and that's it, right? And then this game, and really this kind of mobile game in general, has somehow distorted or warped our sense of spending. We're spending $50 just for a freaking autark, like on a inscription on 1 out of 4 armaments for 1 march for $50. Is somehow like a good deal. It's like, oh no, it's worth at least 100, right? No, it's like it's crazy. Now, relative to all the other stuff that costs in the game, it's actually a good deal, right? But like when it puts into perspective, it's kind of sick, like how we normalize like spending in this game, and it's like I mean, it's almost like a cult, right? Like unless someone's actually playing this game or have played like a similar game and like get it, if you told them what you do in this game, like you're probably a little embarrassed, first of all, but they would probably think you have lost your mind. So I guess the answer is yes and no. Yeah, they were literally just focused on not giving us KP. Yeah, that was like the strategy. That was literally the strategy for at least 70% of their KVK, is how to freeze us out as much as possible, and then make us frustrated, and maybe it will betray our allies or something. Panther. Make a female commander's tier list. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm gonna make a female commander's hotness tier list. There you go. Yeah, you know what? You know what my like most popular stream is? Is freaking when I'm looking through other kingdoms accounts, the scouting streams, right? The baddie tier list. If Artie is on top of the Bay tier list, you're deleting Rot. Artemisia is definitely the best looking one in this game. Let's pull up Artemisia. Do I not have her? I don't even have her unlocked. Oh no, I think I'm on farm. Never mind. Artemisia is definitely the best looking one. I don't think it's close. Right, like what are we gonna do here? Dido? Like what are we doing? Shajar? No, Artemisia is definitely number 1. Yeah. You just know people went bankrupt on this game. So I mean, I've said this before. I don't think, but like, from like when I first started playing this game to like a year ago to now, I've actually kept making more money, and it's kind of weird, but you know, because like it's in a way like you're spending more money in a freaking game, right? Like but like it's almost like because I know I wanted to spend more money in this game, somehow I just ended up making more money in real life. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has had that experience before, but I don't know. I'm not gonna spend money in this game if I don't, you know, if it actually makes me feel like bad. But you know, if I'm gonna make more money while I'm playing this game, like you know, basically spend in a way where you actually feel like it, for lack of a better word, it feels good for you, right? Like there is a point where like if I spend more than that amount, like can I do it? Yes, but if I spend more than like a certain amount, it starts to like actually not feel good. And if I spend less, I feel like I could spend more. So I think everyone has like a spot that's suitable for them. It's just like having some awareness and figuring that out. Like, what is that for you? Exactly why you never told your friends you played rock. It is because like right because it's like you're taught to be like responsible and shit, and then like you play rock. Oh, you spend money. How much you spend last year? And then it's like one of those memes where you just kind of like look away. We're like, do I lie? Do I just like play it off? Yeah, it's crazy. JNZ, what's up, man? Skitty? Yeah, we want KBK. Scouting, exactly. From chest. Tamar is sick. Tamar? Really? Tamar? She's a little thick. I can see it. I just never really even like paid attention to her because she has all this stuff covering her. Easy choice. So what? So Tamar's your girl? Really? Over Artemisia? No, no, no. I think Artemisia is one. The question is actually like, who's two? All right, let me think. Who will be two? Here we go. Here's our on-stream tier list. I don't like this new update with Ethelfled. Constance is okay. Sarka's a little underrated, actually. Let's see. The new joke. This is bad. Like, what are we doing here? Sundok. I can't believe it's like 11:20 in the morning. I'm looking through Rise of Kingdoms female commanders. Boudica, it's hard to tell. She has a lot on, right? We can't really see what's going on there. Mo. Let's see. Markswoman. Mulan's like a little girl. Myers, like what the hell's going on there? Who's that Dan? Alright, so Artemis is just one for sure. Zenobia, maybe, right? But they're just like a lot. It's hard to tell. So far, I think. Okay, I'm not gonna. It looks like a little child. I think she is a child, actually. Suleiman. Joan Prime. That's pretty good. Margaret. Gorgo. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else noticed Gorgo. Like she's wearing these. I forgot what it's called. But it. I feel like if they could just change this, her attractiveness would go up by like 20%. Shajara, where you looked at. Kira. Ooh, Dao Chan. Dao Chan might be 2. And then Sarka might be 3 for me. Xeno no contest? What's going on here? Ethel's underrated. Ethel was underrated, but Ethel, they changed her. They did her dirty. You never got an Artie pillow. Hey, you can always get an Artie pillow. Yeah, Plato has one. Just tell Plato to send his to you. Joan Prime is pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie. Christian. Am I on delay? Plato has one. Just tell Plato to... What do you mean? Am I on delay? No, I'm just like I'm just slow getting to the chat. Sorry, guys. Sarka has baddie vibes. Sarka has a pretty nice body for the game. Epic Boudica. Pathica, Jesus. Xeno no contest. I have no imagination. I can change her back? How do I change her back? Whoa. I don't really like the upgrades. I don't like I mean not for like attractiveness, but I don't even like the way like YSG looks. YSG looks kind of weird now. Oh wait, I keep forgetting I'm on my farm account. Sarka has freak vibes. Oh no. Sarka. Actually, her description is kind of crazy, right? She let's see. She was like some like Captain of a guard. She set a trap by tying herself to a tree. When found by the enemy soldier, she claimed that the maidens had tied her there. After winning their trust, she added a sleeping potion to a jug of mead. Poured a cup for each man as a sign of thanks. Once the men were fast asleep, she signaled the rest of the maidens to come out of hiding and slaughter the men. She's the mead of death. That's literally over here. Definitely a freak. A little scary, but also kind of hot. I don't know how we started talking about that. Went from talking about the changes in the game to that, but all right. Go to her info. You could change her back right above her level. All right. I definitely want to change Joan back. I mean, it's not like Joan was great before, but like the new Joan looks. I do not like the way it's. Okay, so go to above her level. Here's her level. Oh, I change her back? Is it here? No. Wait. Right above her level? Oh, go to her info. Is this? Oh, here we go. Right? This is like, what is this? At least before, right? You can see a little bit of, you know, the hips pushed out to the side. This is way better. All right, definitely keep that. A little hearth icon. All right. I need to drop a flag. So the 1606 KVK is over. Does anyone know what happened? Like they were a well-known strong kingdom that got a really good migration, right? Like it feels like it wasn't even. What sounds like it wasn't even that competitive. Like it's something that happened or. All right, one troop. Drop another one. Oh no, I'm out of cabs. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Denswa. Old, I thought this. What is this? Like I don't think you've even like this freaking dead fox. This is like too real. It's like recently dead, you know. Let's change her back. Oh crap! There's an even more dead fox before. How have I never noticed this dead fox on her? Its arms just like hanging down on her side. Yeah, but look, okay. See her leg in this one, right? There's a little bit of shape to this. This is definitely way better too. We'll keep the old Ethel. Tomorrow's rewards. Well, reset is what in like 8 hours, and then the day after is rewards. 1981 got the blue pill and then lasted longer. Is there any contest in the top 20 honor? I don't know. Let me see. I'm like, oh, this is my farm, but 3,000 on my farm. Top 20 in honor. Dung Cow is out of control. This is like our free-to-play guy. 518,000 honor. Number one. Ooh, there is some competition. Keep is 20th. This DQ guy is only 5,000 behind him. There is a battle for 20th. Oh no, Keep. This is crazy to me. How are you at like 280,000 points and not in the top 20? This is why I don't chain. I don't want to deal with that stuff. Come on, Keith. Don't let them catch you. $36.15 got 3 players above 100 mil and KVK1. That's pretty freaking good. Less than 2 weeks, a pilot chain 200,000. Oh, whoa. What is this pilot you speak of? I have no idea what you're talking about. We're a terms of service kingdom. Oh, you just have the honor in your bag? I don't know, man. Dumb cow is ridiculous. 500 something thousand? Alright. What is this music? Let's see. I actually like this song. This one or this one? Alright. Want to sing. You only use like 40,000 AP. I just wanted enough to get the 120,000 honor, and then that's it. Oh yeah. You manifested 200,000 honors. Manifesting is a powerful thing, man. If you manifest hard enough, you could do anything in Rise of Kingdoms. Besides getting your opponent to fight you. Let's see. Alright, I'm on my 3rd farm. You slept and manifested HP. Oh no, I probably didn't get good sleep last night or something. I feel a little bit more warmed up now, but when I first started the stream, I felt like I couldn't even think. You know, I don't know you guys ever. Is that what was that called? Is that called like brain fog or something? Like I literally felt like I couldn't process information. You don't get how people get upwards of 500,000 AP on their accounts. I feel like these people just only chain or refuse to use AP bottles, right? And then they just like grind. Or they manifest and have the tooth fairy grind for them or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, maybe like if you asked me a year ago, I was like 100% hard no on getting help playing the game, for lack of a better word. I'm still a no right now, but who knows? Maybe in 6 months, I'll pull a Joe Biden and change my mind or something. You know? How many farms do I have, Christian? I have 8 farms. So there's no like, is there no fighting going on right now in any KVKs? Like any bigger KVKs? There's something we could go look at. Yep, 80. Oh yeah, does will the new update actually show you how much AP you have? But I don't know if you guys saw that, right? So I think they're gonna update this December 30th. The speed up and resource calculator is going to be in the game. Let's pull this up. Wait, where is it? I guess it was in the Rise of Kingdoms Discord. But they're gonna have speed ups and resource calculator. Are they gonna have an AP calculator in the game too? I can't remember if they said anything about that. 606 has some kind of field fights, but it's kind of over. I'm not shocked that they didn't win, right? And this is freaking Big Kane, right? Maybe someone clip this and send it to him. He was trying to be like, oh no, it's so unfair. 1606 is a big Imperium, and they should probably take it 1v3, right? Like just like underselling himself. I'm like, dude, like you, and I know he knows this. If you're fighting one kingdom against three, and they're one alliance, and you, let's just say, for the argument's sake, you have like 3 times their number. Like there's, if you give me numbers versus like quality, but you make it a 3x difference in numbers, I will take the numbers all day, like all day, right? That's just, you have more like it just, there's so much more advantage, like from like downtime management and all that stuff, like it's, that's why you don't even see really any like 2 alliance kingdoms anymore, because if you have 2 alliance, they're just going to match you up with 2 kingdoms, right? Or 3 kingdoms, really, if you're 1093. Well, no, it's 2 kingdoms, 2 super imps. Like the game is pushing you towards having a smaller kingdom that's easier to manage, and then you get good campmates, and then you could take down like stronger kingdoms. Like you're almost punished for being a stronger kingdom now. Like you want to be a kingdom that has good matchups, essentially the 1188 model, right? So like when it was released, Kane was like, "Oh no, we're the underdog." I'm like, "No, man. I think you're the favorites." I'm not surprised that they won. I'm surprised that it was so one-sided. Because 1606 was already pretty big, and I know they got a really good migration, because there are a lot of people that we wanted, or we were supposed to get, ended up going there. Like it's like they had a lot of momentum. They got a lot of people, and then I don't know what happened, because it sounds like it wasn't that competitive. Yeah, which is why, like, even the last kingdom building podcast I talked about with Brian, right? Like, I've really actually, I want to say 180, but I've had a huge shift in like what I think is valuable when it comes to recruiting. And this is really, I don't have a problem saying it, right? I think one thing that people don't value enough is the activity of a player, right? So if someone is very, very active, they're going to provide a lot. They're going to provide a lot because they're going to have a lot more uptime. They're going to be on longer. And then if you get a lot of those players, you could fight against kingdoms that have a lot bigger spenders with like players with a lot higher KP and stuff, and you could just overwhelm them. Like even like in this KVK, our campmates, by stats, there was a few of them that didn't look that impressive, but in practice, like our strongest ally was actually probably, I think, was like 3302, like the is it 3302? I can't remember. Let's see here. Wait, how do I look up our allies? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But like they were a newer kingdom, right? But they were on all the time. And if our enemy couldn't just focus on them, they were like our most reliable allies, from like building to just being on all the time. And if you asked me beforehand, like, which ally do you think is strongest, I definitely would have picked them. I would have thought they were the weakest. And they actually probably ended up being the most valuable and the strongest. And it's just pure activity, right? So something, if you are interested in coming to this kingdom, I mean, don't fake it. But like yes, we want, we want what a lot of the other kingdoms want. But something like, I think like we really, like I personally very value is how active a player is, So basically, Panther is out because he's not active at all. Panther's stats look good, but he's kind of he's the epitome of what we don't want, which is a good looking stats, but not very active, you know? What's up, Goose? Yeah, 3302. No, I'm talking about 3302, not LOL. Let's see. Why does no one in 92 really bother with Sunset? What are you talking about? I do Sunset every day. 606 was massively outnumbered. 606 pilots were KP chasing. All pilots KP chase. There's like, well, not all. Let's just say like 95% plus of pilots KP chase. You heard Kang yelling at pilots on VC. 606 is migrating back, really? Or is that just, you're just joking? Um, 606 is rallying. 81's pass. I'll take a look at it after I finish this farm. They're rallying their pass? What farm am I on? 3? Alright, let's go take a look. I mean, I don't know how exciting a pass rally is going to be. Now, Panther, listen, this is Panther, okay? He's going to manifest a bigger account and come back because he's addicted. And he can't, you know, he's not, he's freaking retiring. So it's like an outside of Kingsland, inside of Kingsland pass fight thing. We're pushing up? What's going on here? Like there's some people I probably will recognize, right? Let me actually take a look at 1606 stats. So, I mean, they're kin skilled. You gonna push? Freaking Big Kang got like 4 bill KP this KVK. Meanwhile, I'm over here. Oh, I'm so jealous. The 1606, 21 bill power. Well, I guess this is kind of, you know, they dropped a lot of power since the start. But 1.6 bill KP, 1.6 trillion KP. You know, I don't know what happened. This is crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I thought it'd be a little bit more competitive. Keep. Rally is 1 minute and 30 seconds till it's out. Reach out to you know who? Nah, man. I think it's important to have some dignity. You know, if people chose to go elsewhere, you know, you can let them reach back out to you, but you don't have to go beg them after they already decided to go elsewhere once, and then you kind of like, you know, beg them again. I don't know. That's just, maybe I'm petty. See, this is a Gorgo. Oh no, it's Ash ZL. What are you doing? Are they gonna swarm it? I think they were trying. I forgot what they were doing. What can I see? What's in here? What's in this? What's behind this Gorgo? No, Panther. That's what we needed you for. You know. That was a Gorgo Hera. Yeah, I think they're just trying to kill farms. $7K event coming soon. Yeah, I think it's coming soon. Also, if you guys, hopefully you haven't bought out the VIP shop yet, but I think More Than Gems is this weekend, right? So save your gems until this weekend for the VIP shop. What are your what are you guys' thoughts on Ragnar? So the feedback I've gotten from Ragnar is, as far as trades, probably about 20% better Ragnar Scipio than Guan Scipio. And obviously he doesn't have the silence. So it's like an upgrade. It's not like a game-breaking upgrade. It doesn't pair well with Luce. Scipio, William Wallace, and Alex all do better with Luce than Ragnar. So you're essentially taking him to be Guan's replacement for your second infantry march. That's feedback I've got. I don't know if anyone else has anything to add to that. I mean, Panther, I would like to see 92 utilize farms too, but we have to have an opportunity to utilize it. I think we could. I think we would utilize it. We have a lot of farms, especially for a kingdom of our size, but we didn't have a chance to utilize it. Gorgo's still worth to invest in. I think for Garrison, yeah, she'll be around for a while. I mean, not obviously not if you want to try to field with her. But I have to say, my favorite Garrison commander is Cho. Like, not because he's the newest. It's just like everything he does is like what I love about a Garrison. He takes a long time to take down, and then he really punishes you if you have to swarm him. Right? So like maybe you won't get like the best trade. Maybe you could like give me some like, I don't know, like Gorgo Attila or whatever. That could maybe like trade a little bit better. But like I want a Garrison that's takes a long time to take down. Right? One, it's easier to just fill it. But then also like if you want to swarm, which you can, if you swarm, you'll be able to take him down, but you're going to be maximally punished. Like I love that. And also obviously it'll serve really good as a city garrison, which I think is going to end up being my plan for Cho. Hera Cho will be my city garrison. Dobie, what's up, man? I, as a leader, have 2 usable farms. What do you want me to have? Like 15 farms I'm using to fill? Let's see. Also, my farms are newer. Like a lot of them are recent, like more recently City Hall 25. Chill, dude. I'm starting to build up on it now. Gorilla, what's up, dude? From your experience, Ragnar's damage output is really good. He's really good for artifact KVKs, pairing with Forward and Eski, for example. Kane, what's up, man? We're literally just looking at that pass 8 in your KVK. I don't know if you saw that or not. Yeah, but the question is like, I was gonna skip Ragnar, but I'm actually considering using the commander swap to Ragnar. You know, I don't think I'm not gonna swap Guan. I think I'm actually gonna swap Boudica for Ragnar, and then I think my plan right now. I mean, I want to see. I want someone else to bite the bullet, and then, but I think my plan for now is to actually run Philip behind Ziel. So I'll replace Guan with Ragnar by swapping Boudica, and then I'm going to replace Philip into Boudica's slot behind ZL. Five farms, 5 million troops total every KVK. Well, Panther, you know what? Maybe you should come and manifest an account and lead us by example. You know, I need to see how it's done. You did not see it. You love to rest. Oh, come on. You're past me in pressure. I think, I mean, you're fine. I think you can literally not log on. You guys will be okay. At this point. He Ragnar or Belly for the 6th March. Oh, that's a good question. Let me think. So you're really talking about the 2nd March of a troop type, right? Is it more worth to run Ragnar Scipio over Guan Scipio? And then for me, you know, I think some people think Belly is the William replacement. I think it's a full replacement. I think it's pretty close. I don't think it's clear cut. I don't think the upgrade is that clear cut difference for either one of them. At that point, I think it's just a preference. Now, as far as see, like, here's an interesting thing. Even longevity, I really, really like Belly's expertise. I think it's a extremely good debuff, right? So it'll make him last in the game for a long time. But Guan, his silence is good, right? But like I more than any other commander, like any other commander in the game, I feel like if there's one commander that Lilith is incentivized to keep relevant, it would be Guan. Right, so like I'm not sure how that's actually going to play out. Like I can't tell you, which one's going to be a better investment. And because Guan could be incentivized to stick around, then is Ragnar really that worth to invest in to replace Guan? You know, because like they'll probably release like another museum. I don't know, right? So I think it's just I would say it's like 50-50. It's not clear cut to me. And I don't think Belly will replace William. I think Belly replaces Hua. I mean, that's what he did for me. Toby, get out of here. Yeah, that's actually the farm. I literally, that farm is my farm 8. I can't leave the starting zone with that freaking farm because it was City Hall 25 upgrading to 24, upgrading to 25 when I enter Lost Kingdom. So definitely before the next KVK starts, I have like 1 or 2 City Hall 24s upgrading to 25. I'm going to make sure they're 25 before I enter the next one. Mr. Pros, thanks, man. Thanks for the support. Christian, let's see. With the amount of push-ups last night became swole Kane. Yeah, man, he's really the push-ups are for getting members, right? That means he's got a lot of members. Congrats, dude. Let's see. Another question: Asher or Shajar for second March? It's not even close. Asher for sure. Shajar is like, to me, is like like I'm pretty confident Shajar is gonna be worse than Philip as a cav. I mean, as a archer. Like she's literally just got like replaced by Philip like 2 months later. And Asher, I mean Asher, it's just I don't think he's gonna last like very long. Like I think obviously Herman and ZL LS Asher, right? Because of the buff debuff. But like Asher, 5 target AoE, he has march speed, off territory, he has like skill damage increase. He has like an interesting expertise that like it actually becomes a lot more powerful in artifact KVKs. Like it's like a no-brainer, Asher for sure. One Ragnar is good for Canyon. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, the plan is to probably do the commander swap for Ragnar. So I'll probably try using him. Let's see. Which farm am I on? 4? Oh, the one troop's already up. Perfect. Don't worry, Toby. I just returned your troops for you. I got you. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I still feel like really slow today. Hopefully, I'm not getting sick. Boudica needs to be on the bench. It's too bad, because Boudica actually has like a really good kit, but she doesn't have march speed. We're very low march speed, and she doesn't have skill damage increase, and she's a single target. And like all the other cool things in her kit just doesn't make up for that. If she had one out of those three, I think she would actually be way more survivable. Like as far as like making commander pairs and stuff, but she's lacking all three, and you need. I feel like you need 2 of those 3 to be very very versatile to be pairing with someone else. No. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to get some credit passive aggressively. A Cremo? Is this my main account? No, I'm on a farm, dude. I'm on farm number 4. Build my own credits. Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like I'm used to it at this point. It took a while to get used to, right? But I have 8 farms. 7 of them are holding R5 in different shells we have right now, and it's just become like a routine. Like I'm not using these farms to really like get resources. I'll send the gatherers out like once a day, but really it's like every day I'll do my round where like I'll go through, I'll drop a pit, I'll like drop like a 1 flag, or something else. So like a lot of it is just like help, I guess, like kind of managing the shells. Yeah, I let's see. So we for sure have 2 that's ready to use right now. We should be able to get 3, a third, maybe a 4th, but definitely a third. I think IV 92 will be ready for the next. So we'll have 3 shells go next KVK. Depending on because we'll have like maybe a month, right? Like between like matchmaking and all that stuff. Maybe we'll get 2 more shells ready. We'll see. But we'll definitely like make a push for it once we get out of here. I think people just, I don't know. People need something to look forward to, right? Like, so maybe we kind of have an idea what the next maps will be. We'll choose a fun map. We're gonna take a challenging KVK. Um, you know, obviously like competitive, but like we don't win, fine. You know, but make it competitive and fun. I think that's very important for the next step of growing the kingdom, right? And then like if people kind of have that to look forward to, I think there'll be a little bit more motivation doing the one troop, doing the a lot of the day-to-day stuff to help kind of build out the kingdom. Actually, so I've been running Boudica behind ZL for like 2 KVKs now, and then I run Herman YSG, and ZL Boudica actually does fine for me. It doesn't, I mean, it's not the best March, but it's not like doing like any noticeably worse than like the other marches. It's actually pretty like competitive. I've been fairly happy with it. I just think like Shajara would have been an upgrade. And I think Philip would definitely be an upgrade, right? So but I do want but again, I want to see someone else. It'll be kind of weird because Philip could pair, you could pair Philip in so many different ways. But hopefully someone else bites a bullet and invests in Philip and then runs him behind ZL, and I could get some kind of feedback on that to feel better about investing in him. But I think it'll be pretty good. Guys, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps out the channel, I think. Now, what's interesting is the next cav. I heard a rumor, and this is just a rumor, that the next cav is going to really benefit from like a new formation they're looking to release and for armaments. And that's it. I have no idea what the formation is going to do, what the cav's going to do, but that was just the rumor I heard. We'll see if it's true or not. But I think like I would actually be I don't know. I could actually see them making another single target cav commander. You know, like they just decided the march speed is too big of an advantage, and like, you know, you could hold on to William, and you could hold on to maybe even like XY and Joan Prime for the AOE, or right, maybe you could use like Ragnar. But like I could actually see them just deciding to go down the route of making cavs primarily single target, and then, you know, people will be pissed, but it's like that's like the obvious way to counteract like a huge march speed advantage. Shajar is a must-have commander. Her puff, so important. I mean, I guess you're using the term loosely, right? Like, is Shajar a must-have, or is like Lucia must-have? And then like how many must-haves can you have? So like kind of this, like I always like kind of like make fun of my girlfriends. They're like, oh, she's my best friend. Like, best means like there's one, right? Like the best. If you have like 10 best friends, which one's your actual best friend? So that's why I don't think Shajar is a must-have. How does Ragnar look behind Guan? I think Gorilla said something earlier that it works in Canyon, but not in the actual field. I don't have Ragnar, so I don't know. And the only feedback, I actually got this from Kane, is that Ragnar doesn't perform that well behind Luchette. You just stick with that William Wallace or Alex instead. But as far as trays, you do about like 20% better Ragnar Scipio than than Guan Scipio. So, you know, but this is just from what I'm told, not from me actually using them. Lucia or Ragnar, who is nice to pair with Scipio. I mean, if you're just talking about one March, it's Lucia for sure. I don't think it's like no contest. Lucia is still the best commander of the game by like a decent amount. Like you can't. I mean, then here's how you know, right? Think of how many like possible pairings you have with Lucia that you can make an argument will probably trade better than any other March you have. You could do Lucia with Alex. You could do Lucia with William Wallace. You could do Lucia with Scipio, right? Like honestly, and this is a super underrated one. I don't think we'll really ever find out unless you have some like newer content creator that does it. But like I think Lucia Pyrus is probably the most underrated Lucia March. No one talks about it, but just like based on everything, like the kit and everything, it should do really, really well. Right, and like Orgo Lucia still does like well too. Right, I just don't run it. Right, it's a little outdated now. There's no like there's no other commander. There's no other commander where you could find that many good pairs for it, and like they all work. Right, so you need. So like, is it those other commanders, or is it Lucia making that march? Right, and it's mostly Lucia. For one Archer March, Abu Jabara, you're going to go with Shajar ZL over ZL Herman. All right. Moin, what kind of players are we looking for? What is our Alliance KP and Seed? I don't know our Alliance KP off the top of my head right now. I think it's probably around 300 bill. We're looking... In an ideal world, and like, you know, ideal world isn't like we go from like 300 something billion to like 2 trillion, right? Like you don't grow a kingdom that way. It's way too fast. There's no way to establish culture. In an ideal world, I think we probably gain about like 20-ish players, and then we're probably like 400 and 450 bill KP for this next one. All right. I think like from a like a growth standpoint, that's like the next level up, right? We're going to be fighting at a different seating, but we could bring in players, and hopefully we do a good job evaluating without like really disrupting the culture, and then kind of like integrate this next group of players, and then like move on to the next challenge, right? Like I think having that like kind of like long-term approach, and not just taking in a massive group if you can. And to be fair, I don't think we could take in a massive group right now, but I feel like if we wanted to, we could probably do some stuff to take more players than we should right now, and I think like about 20 and then 400 and 450 bill KP going into the next KVK would be ideal for me. Mr. Pros, then what should I pair for Guan if I have Lou Alex and then Ragnar Scipio? At that point, you bench him, dude. Right? Because you're talking about a third infantry march, and then are you going to be doing it at the expense of music, like a second archer march or a second cav march? Next KVK 3 bill KP. That'll be fun, man. You didn't even get the fighting. Toby, you run that on your native. You use Lou Pyrus. It's decent. Lasts longer than Lou Alex. Yeah, I mean, I mean, especially the Pyrus with the I don't know. I just haven't seen enough, right? Like in theory, it should work well. I just don't know. I haven't seen enough. Next go Imp, next KVK. Nah, Whiskey. I think mid A. I would actually like to end up in a KVK, maybe with an Imp, but we're like part of like a 2 or 3 kingdom camp, and then we have like 3 solid kingdoms. We got 3v1 Imp, and just like freaking take them down. That'd be real fun, right? I'm telling you, if you have activity and numbers, you can make up for a lot of the quality that you quote unquote are missing. You know, like numbers advantage is, I feel like it's still super underrated in this game right now. Like people just want to look at like a KP whatever. No, like you can out activity someone. mean, just look at that 1606 KVK we were just talking about. Thoughts on commander swapping a 5511 YSG for Herman or Boudica to pair with a Max EL? Definitely don't swap to Boudica. Herman's a good safe bet. Herman will last a while. And here's the reason, right? The poison is going to be valuable for a long time, right? The only way to make it not valuable is to release a more powerful poison, which I don't see them doing. Herman has decent march speed, 15%. He has an AoE. Like it just, like, you know, like, is he gonna always be like part of the best march? No, but like even if he's not, like he'll be hard to replace. So that's a good swap. Would I sacrifice expertise YSG for any commander? So YSG is very interesting because he went from here. Let's actually go to YSG. He went from about a year ago to being like dead, right? People are like, move on, to making a very strong comeback, and it's for a couple reasons. Oh man, let's see, where's YSG? Losing my mind here. Oh, here we go. Very first one. Okay, so one, right? This force skill, when you max it, is 50% damage, right? You get the is it double or triple relic now? You get it up to like 62.5% skill damage. Now, something to think about, right? As the damage factor gets higher and higher, this becomes more and more valuable, right? So if you're dealing, for example, we'll just make it the extreme. You're dealing with damage factors of like 500, right? So like a normal white number is like 400. If you have a damage factor of 500, right? If you get a 50% increase, you're going to 750, right? Like, okay, like it's like whatever, right? But like if you're getting like 2000, you know, we're going to have a 3000 damage factor relatively soon at some point. This becomes more and more valuable, and that's where the meta of the game is, right? It's not just high damage factor, it's also your ability to amplify that damage factor. So one of the Boudica's problems is she doesn't have any skill damage increase, right? Besides being a single target, she has no skill damage increase. As far like she has the target takes more skill damage, but this really limits her because she's single target. She's not fast. She can't increase skill damage. So it's very hard for her to really synergize with another commander better than some of the newer commanders that have a more complete kit. So like YSG went from really, really good to slowly fading away to being dead, but to because of where the mechanics of the game is, and then with artifact KVKs, right? Like if anyone's ever been in an artifact KVK where you could essentially change the troop type and you try running YSG behind Nevsky or Hua, that march is disgusting, right? Because Hua and Nevsky are increasing skill damage by a lot. YSG is bringing that circular AoE and then increasing skill damage by a lot, and then like it's going crazy, right? So all that being said, if you cannot swap YSG, it actually would be worth keeping him. Like if you're a younger player, right, and then you're going to get two of these swaps, right? I think the obvious choice right now is to go into YSG and then either Pyrus or not Pyrus, YSG and Alex, right? I love Alex behind LC, but he's going to get weeded out, you know. Whereas like YSG actually can last longer, right? Now, if you get two swaps, like you almost like you're kind of forced to just swap YSG and Alex. But if I had to pick one, like I would definitely swap out Alex before I swap out YSG. You know, just because like he's going to be around for a long time, right? So like right now, I have Boudica max, I have YSG max, right? It's like clear cut for me. I'm gonna swap out Boudica. I'm not gonna swap out YSG, just because like he's very useful in a bunch of. I don't even chain. I don't even care about chaining. He's you know, like and then also if you're in a KVK, right, and there's a Bastion and there's a YSG Bastion, right, like he has a rage engine that's could be useful. If it's this freaking skill damage increase, it's super useful. Like it just He's surprisingly made a comeback, and like he's not the best of the best, but he'll actually be useful for a while. Your friend Max Pyrus and told you not to. It's not worth it. Did he try running Pyrus behind LC? James Ferguela. Go Gators. Oh yeah, man, go Gators. When we have true damage, smite damage, and Su combo damage, you see no future for Herman. In Schmuck, what's up, dude? Good to see you again. So true damage, they could go somewhere with that or not, right? Who knows? I mean, even Shajar right now, no one's really running her as a secondary. If anything, people are mostly running her as a primary. Combo damage doesn't necessarily mean a troop won't do skill damage, right? So if you think like Luce, that's a smite damage commander that essentially also does like a combo attack. So like it's the game right now is still like 90% or more skill damage, you know. And even if they did want to change that out, right? Like even if they just released no skill damage commanders for like a year, it would still be primarily skill damage. So to say that like there's no future for Herman is a little hyperbolic and just not true. I mean, because like what? Like a commander cycle is every like 60 to 85 days, right? Or longer or shorter. But like let's just say you get 5 commander cycles a year, right? And then release no skill damage commanders. Like half the game is still going to be skill damage commanders. Who knows, man? I don't know. We'll just see. The rumor I heard is that the new Cav will have some kind of mechanic that works with like a new formation. I don't know what the mechanic is. I don't know what the formation is, but that's just what I heard. Again, it's just what I heard. I have no proof, right? So we'll just see. Like, but I can actually see them making a single target commander with combo attack, and that's kind of like the gimmick for Cavs, right? And people will complain, they're like, we want an AoE commander, but like, if you really want to balance this game, you have to make halves like have a weakness, right? And if they're going to be faster than everyone else, their weakness should be that they don't have AoE. That makes sense to me. What was I doing? Oops, I almost sent Whiskey's March back. See this. Sending another one of Toby's marches back for him. Mina CC or Mina Joan Prime? Or Forts? For sure, Joan Prime. It's not even close. Like I think CC has something where he does more damage to barbs, right? But like, I mean, just think like Joan is a 2,000 damage factor, and CC's at 1,400, I think. 1,400, and then he has something where he deals 50%. 1,400 plus another 700 would be like 2,100. So his damage factor will be slightly higher, but he doesn't have the double. I think it just doesn't bring as many. I don't know, man. Nah, I'm pretty confident I'll take Joan. You know? Oh, look at that! I could upgrade this. Toby is building a kingdom. There you go. No, I'm just kidding. It's just kind of like a normal thing you do, right? If you click on the flag, especially with R4, anything that's max, you just send it back. I wish there was like a. I mean, I guess that's already a pretty easy way to build credits. I don't know. Maybe I'm lazy. Plus the museum and healing. Yeah, okay, but like you're talking about. I mean, the healing is negligible. You're talking about investing into the museum of CC. That's like a whole different conversation. The short answer is don't do that. Don't invest in the museum for CC. Like I know they're giving more relic coins now. There's still just way better places to put that. Like yeah, under no scenario should you put museum tokens into CC. Yes, Jancy, that's a good call. Why would you not auto return? Give him give him the option to turn it on or off, right? Because let's just say you're in an actual like war zone, like Kingsland or something, and you're already at 20,000 credits. Like I don't want someone to just send my march back once it hits 20, right? But like I would say more often than not, you're just doing like one troop and stuff. Like give us the option to have it on or off. Or maybe give the person that builds the flag the option to turn that on or off. That's probably a better way to go. Oh, George, you already put a museum in CC. Yeah, just don't do it anymore, man. That's not a good investment. You're gonna be able to use gold key commanders for swap. I think the speculation is that you can't, but I don't think it's unless someone correct me. I don't think it's been confirmed. I think we've seen some screenshots, right? Omni decided to make a video saying like posting a thumbnail showing it was like 50,000 for a swap, and then that became like a thing people ran with. But he even came out and said like, hey, that's just like a speculation. That's not. I don't have actual info. So like we don't know a lot of info. Like even the 50,000 gems is not a official thing. It's just something that he decided to put in a thumbnail that kind of took off. But 50,000 actually wouldn't surprise me. It would kind of actually make sense, right? Because if you max wheel, it's like 72,000 ish, I think, right? 50 is like kind of steep for a lot of people, but not too steep, and it's like worth saving for. Yeah. Yeah. Does anyone know what what the next pop was going to be for like what maps are available, or whatever the December 22nd, 23rd pop is going to be for maps? Because we want to pick the most fun map with the most fighting, whatever that is, and then just let the potential kingdoms that join just fall as it may. Farmland 7. Ooh, yeah, that's true. You can actually. I don't think it's easy enough to get enough to max another. I don't think you get enough of those to max like Genghis Khan, you know. But I guess if you get far enough, you could almost get like a half head start. Ooh, yeah, swaps for siege. I actually have no read on how good they're going to make the epic siege commanders. I'm going to assume they're not going to really be like move the needle that much, right? But like, I feel like Lilith has almost been like going out of their way to make siege, like just to get people to use siege. Like they're, it's almost like not unreasonable to expect them to make the siege epic commanders better than any of the other epic commanders, like maybe closer in level to like a bobber. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me. All right. I think this will be the last one. I'm going to finish up my main. I do plan on streaming a little bit more often than I have been. I've been doing like one every 2 weeks. Part of it just because like the KVK was really over before it started. There was a lot of stuff to stream, but I'll definitely be around to hang out more. So let's actually get to my main, finish up my main. Ryzen BU2, do you buy RSS bus? I believe in manifesting resources. If you work really hard to manifest it, then it'll be available for you. Oh yeah, enough to get your Bastion skills up, yeah. Alright. Ooh. What are the chances I pull a special inscription on screen? I mean on stream. Let's see. So I haven't actually been. So I don't know if you guys saw the new formation where it's for if you're city garrisoning, then all the stats are relevant to all troop types, right? So I actually have a garrison for Arch right now, right? Where it's Arch, and it's just it has like a rainbow stats, right? But like, I wonder what the cost would be to convert these 4 over to the new, like, it's called like Tariko or Terry, whatever it's called. That new formation. And this could actually be my city garrison armament, right? We'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's a lot of like interesting things I'm waiting on to see what I'm gonna do with it. Do I have any tips? I mean, I guess the resource return, the 10% should help a little bit, right? But like the other thing is like there's times where you use T5, right? So like if you're using T5 in the first zone, like zone 5, it's going to be very, very expensive. Whereas like if you even use like half T4, half T5, you can reduce the cost a lot until you get later on. If you look at the stats if you look at the stats and you understand the stats, T4 to T5 comparison, T4 will do about 90% as much damage as T5, but it'll only be about 60% as tanky. Right, so you're essentially in the early zone. You're going to be trading for noticeably less tankiness, but for like way more resource efficiency and even a little bit of speed efficiency. People want to make the argument that you have to figure hospital more, so T4 is actually less efficient for speed. That's not true. T4 is still more efficient for speeds, just not as much more efficient for speeds than it is for resources. So earlier on, right, until you get your special medicines up, use more T4. Do I think you'll get the compensation stuff? I think I saw in the patch notes that the compensation will actually come out on December 16th. The stats are officially out. Big Hand, did you hit 5 bill? I saw that you said you hit 4 bill. Alright, am I gonna get lucky? Inscription? Oh no. It's okay, I still have 3 random boxes. Inscription? Come on, dude. That sucked. So this event, I always like to buy these little boxes first, and then the second one is these sovereign keys, right? And honestly, nothing else to me is really that big of a deal. Let's see. Maybe I could pull a special inscription on these blue boxes. Oh shit! Nah. See, like this one, right now it's like not even worth saving, you know? Just recycle. Four bail speeds are done. Oh yeah, you didn't have that much speeds. Actually, with the amount of speed you have, 4 bail kills is crazy, right? Didn't you only have like 700 days of speeds or something? Oh, so yeah. So yeah, if you're in KVK now, no. If you're, I think if you're starting KVK after December 16th, then yes, right? Is that how that works? I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm still running a freaking gingerbread house, right? I didn't really value the city skins that much, but I actually have to freaking save up for Twilight Falls now. I was gonna skip it, but now it's just, I mean, it's the best universal one that you could get for now. And with the new Zenith, I don't know when they're gonna release the other ones that you could potentially buy. So yeah, you can get a Twilight Falls and just keep it at that. Kind of sucks that it doesn't boost smite damage. If Twilight Falls boosted smite and skill damage, I think that's fair, right? They should update that. Oh, nice. Just run the boat like the rest of you. If I actually went for the Zenith with you guys, I would have entered this KVK with about like 300 days of speeds, which actually would have been fine, but I just, you know, I didn't know. Wasn't a risk I wanted to take. That's good, man. 4 bill. I think that's about what Plato got against 960. I think he got 4 bill. Yeah, I'm like, without even looking, calculating, I'm sure I actually increased speeds as KVK. And I was actually kind of wasteful with the speeds for the fighting we did get. You know, just like doing stupid stuff, but there just wasn't enough. Yeah, CT, you made the right call, right? You had like very little speeds, but you didn't really even need it for this KVK. This is my chaining. 7 marches. Yeah. Man, at this rate, we're gonna have like some extra Altarks left over for our farms and stuff. You know? I don't want one. I'm not gonna. You're disgusted? Hey, it's an AP, man. What do you want me to do with this AP? I just want to use it as fast as possible. I mean, look at my honor, right? It's at got to the 120 and I literally just stopped. I don't even go to the ruins with that. You know, I just want to get my rewards. You know. Spend a little bit more money if you want more speeds. I don't need a chain. Oh, there's a KD announcement? No, that was for like Home Kingdom, I thought. And that was from Panther. Panther's words no longer apply. No, I'm not even chaining. I'm just using up my AP. That's it. I just don't want wasted AP. You have no space for an Autarch? You're disgusting, dude. You can... I mean, can't you save your Autarchs? So, like, you could use it for a new formation when it comes out. You don't have to use it now, right? I wouldn't know. I never got an Autarch before, and before this one. Can't wait. It's going to be 1 day and 6 hours before I get my first Autarch. Did I already do all this? Guys, this is a new way, by the way. Siege March, and oh look, this guy did it too. Oh, you can't save them? Wow. Well, that sucks. He lost 2. Oh my god. I mean, can't you get like a circle formation or something? For like Garrison? I don't know. No, you could definitely do it. Get out of here, Kane. There's like a million different ways. You could put it into Echelon to try to make your Canyon lineup better. There's definitely ways you could use it. T almost attacked T. Yeah, well, now I know. Can't touch the siege, man. All right. How did I get 0 points for that? What? I'm actually going to be able to finish out like my equipment after this. Finally, I get to get rid of these, and it's really the transmutate. I mean, the iconic crystals I'm waiting on. Finally, get to get rid of this freaking Karak's humility. Can't wait to get those iconics. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me do the other cannon too. There's a T that says you can't beat me here. Let me attack T right here. Oh wait, here we go. Kalongo. Yeah, I don't know, man. This KVK, well, I'm gonna call it a KVK, whatever you call this. It just feels like it's like so slow, you know. Sometimes like, oh, it's already over, and like next year, like I feel like we've been in this KVK forever. It's like I just wanna get into the match. I want to start scouting the kingdoms in our next KVK already. One more. Let me go after Panda. Let's see. So, really? You put a Trajan up there? What is going on? All right. Let's actually take a look at this. You don't touch Canyon anymore? Jesus. Yeah, slow KVKs are the worst. The worst is like a no action KVK, and then the second worst is just getting like diddied in your KVK. I would much rather just get completely dominated than to have no action. It's like, I don't know. It's like almost like a morale killer, for lack of a better word. Panda usually, oh no, I think he still beat me. Damn, freaking Panda, dude. Oh wait, is my siege gonna make a comeback? No, I can't beat Panda. Did I ever get this? Sound like Gino on a Friday night. Where's Gino? Is he working? All right. I'm gonna send out these gatherers. Dang, these guys are all chilling here. I'm gonna stream snipe my cannon. I don't know how you can stream snipe the cannon. It's just there. Oh god. I'm not gonna say anything about that, Toby. Just in case. You know what? All things considered, Toby, it went much better than I thought it was gonna go. I thought it was gonna be like god awful to deal with, and it actually ended up being a pretty good relationship. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna build the KVK Archer helm next and replace this. My accessories are all over the place right now, right? And then next, I'm gonna replace this. I have like four pieces of purple. So 1, 2, 3. And then my Joan right now, where is it? And then the KB card. So I have 4 non-accessories and then 3 accessories. So 7 pieces of legendary to craft, and then I will get rid of all the purple. But I actually have a Delanes that I like a lot, a crit Delanes for, I don't know, it might be a while. I don't really feel that strong of a need to craft my last 3 legendaries, just because some of the marches I actually don't mind benefiting from the march speed, and then the Delane is really, really good for engineering. So I don't know. What formation should you use for Shajar? I mean, right now I think it's just arch formation, right? But if you're running her with a archer march, probably still wedge, you know? If you're doing like Shajar Cho or something, which I don't think you should do, then like for like true damage and like healing, I guess you could do arch or, I don't know, circle maybe? I don't know. Alright. That is it for Hangout. Yeah, we want KVK, Ken. But yeah, migration opens in 3 days. So if you guys are interested, hit us up on the Discord. We're just looking for people that can kind of grow with the kingdom. Obviously, looking for fighters like everyone else. If things look pretty good, then we will go to a voice interview just to see if it's a good fit on both sides, and then I'll go from there. But like, I would say our minimum is at least 4 marches. Ideally, you have like at least 5. And then really is something I think we value a lot, of just like good activity level, and then someone that's actually willing to come on voice and Discord and just be active, right? Like every kingdom has like a core group of people. Hopefully our most of our kingdom or all of our kingdom is part of the core group, and it's not just like there's like a core group and there's people that are in the kingdom, and it's not like they don't contribute or stuff, but like they only show up during certain times. So yeah, start if you are interested, start applying, or and looking forward to playing with you guys for the next KBK. All right. But yeah, I'll start streaming more often, and we'll see you guys next time.